They didn't put any of that into action and were very good at arguing in seminars, but didn't actually get on the streets or get onto their computers to lobby any politicians ever. As well as campaigning on issues like top-up fees and Welsh language rights, I was inspired to get involved in the peace movement with the onset of the Iraq War when I was in university. The movement was like one big family, and like my childhood, I was inspired by how the community came together in activism, young and old people working together in the community. It wasn't an event that I could merely watch on television screens without a care in the world, as some other people were doing. I took part in demonstrations, organised peace festivals in the town and all over Wales, and organised trips to London to campaign on this very issue. It angered me, and it created and formed my passion I had for changing things and to try and make a small difference in the world. The war continued, as we know, but during that time, Adam Price MP set up a campaign to impeach Tony Blair and open up the door to party politics for me, something which I had always shunned, to be honest, because I didn't want to be put in any box. I didn't want to have to confine my political opinion to one particular party, as I'm sure many of you can empathise with you today. But I was probably always a nationalist from when I was a young person, but I never really sort of realised my own political opinion up until that point. When I was in Aberystwyth, I was inspired by a young politician, I'm sure you've heard her name, Leanne Wood, who came with David Iwan on an independence discussion of Wales. I don't think it was the topic of independence that particularly inspired me at the time, but the fact that I saw a young woman who was a politician who I'd never seen before growing up in South Wales valleys, where most politicians, most councillors were men in suits. After that, I was hooked, and I set up a new youth movement for Plaid Cymru called Cymru X, and now that movement has gone strength to strength thanks to the people that I passed it on to. I don't think I was inspired to stand for an election as an AM by any one human being, or music, book or track, but I had a bad car crash in 2005, and I realised that if I wanted to change things or play just a small role in political life here in Wales, then I didn't have all the time in the world as I had once imagined. Life, unfortunately, is very short and precious, and I thought that if I was going to put my name forward, then there was nothing to lose by doing that at a young age, and that if people criticised me for it, then so be it. I think that all the experiences up until that point where I sought election as an AM gave me the inner confidence to push on and put my name forward. It was truly not because I wanted a title or more money or the kudos that I wanted to become an AM. I saw it as an extension of campaigning in the community, as a way to get other people involved in progressing Wales, in making Wales a better place. Unfortunately, Labour in my area had done very little to inspire me in politics in the South Wales valleys where I had grown up. So I was intent on offering people, especially those of my age, an alternative vision for Wales. Obviously, I'm still working on this now, and I hope that this national movement to change Wales is inspiring more people to join in the political movement here in Wales, whatever party they want to join, whether it's at grassroots level, national level, European level, or an internationalist level. The challenge is to get those people who are losing faith, who see no point in voting, to encourage them to believe in themselves, as opposed to relying on others to work hard at it for them. Directing responsibilities on others should not be within the Welsh psyche. So my main point here today, I think, is that there are inspirational people and movements and groups all around us. It's how we pull them together that matters, and how we try and take the labels away from people. For example, I don't want to be labelled as a young female AM doing good all on my own. I'm only here today because others have inspired me. That I've had the passion filtered down by my family, by my Irish heritage, by the world around me, by the people that I meet on the streets every day, by the constituents who comes to my surgery, by meeting people in the assembly, by meeting people in a social context. All those people inspire me to do what I'm doing here today. I just want you to remember as well that you are all inspirational women here today, and I hope that you'll go back to your communities and inspire others to take part in whatever sector of society you're involved in. But from a political point of view, it can be difficult being in what is usually and most predominantly a man's world. But I hope that more women will get involved in politics, be it on a council level, an assembly level, a Westminster level, because believe me, it does make a difference. We are pushing ahead with those political decisions, those political priorities that women care about. And for centuries they've been ignored. So diolch yn fawr iawn a pob lwc am gweddill y diwrnod. Diolch.